Spoiler alert, I'm not really a spoiler person. Howdy y'all, I'm Mickey. Spoilers. The bane of any innocent internet goer's existence. The thing that ruins media and corrupts the sanctity of internet fandom space. Our hatred of spoilers is the one thing we can all band together on. Except, not me, I guess. I really don't care about spoilers. See, I understand them in theory. I understand why people might not want to have character deaths or major plot twists spoiled for them. They want to experience the emotions of media the way they were meant to be told through the writing. And they want to experience that without, having that information spoiled for them ahead of time. I can't relate, necessarily. I was a reliable weekly user of The Spoiling Dead, so that I did not have to spend the whole 7 days between episodes anxiously wondering which character was just gonna randomly get off for shock value in the weekend. But I can understand, I suppose, to an extent. It's like, I'm just gonna say it, and I will not be the first to have done this, but I will reiterate that perhaps spoiler culture has gone just a little too far. I attribute a lot of the current attitudes around spoilers to popular media from a decade or so ago. Things like the MCU and, to go back to my earlier reference, The Walking Dead, were huge proponents of this idea that spoilers are the biggest enemy to media. They would do anything to avoid their storylines being spoiled, to the extent that they were sacrificing good writing or choices that actually made sense for the storyline in favor of being unpredictable or shocking. These guys took never let them know your next move personally, to their own detriment. Whether it was having actors read a partial script into an empty room with no other actors and absolutely no context, unnecessarily reshooting scenes in ways that they know they're never going to use, they wanted to keep everyone, even the actors, completely in the dark about what was going on. They were keeping that locked down. It was honestly just a waste of time and money. If you're watching a movie and you can tell that everyone here is talking to nothing and they're not in the same room, you're not going to get the emotional impact. Some of the best media is actors playing off of each other. You cannot get actors in the right headspace to do what they're supposed to be doing if they don't even know what their character's headspace is because they don't know what's going on. Now, obviously, The Walking Dead is over, and the MCU is just nowhere near the media tycoon it used to be. But I still see the remnants of that aggressive anti-spoiler attitude in online spaces regarding media today. Again, I understand basic spoiler etiquette. Don't post untagged spoilers while the media is still new. Maybe hold off on posting spoilers at all until the premiere has passed a little bit. If you're doing like TikTok edits or videos, maybe put a little spoiler warning at the beginning so people aren't just surprised by it. But some of y'all go a bit far. Now, I personally don't watch Yellow Jackets. Maybe I should, but I don't. But maybe a finale or something happened recently, and some folks are acting like the fact that they saw it coming or this ending for now was predictable is a bad thing. Foreshadowing is not a bad thing. That's how you tell a story. People are so used to everything just being out of left field, plot twist, out of nowhere, you can't see it, that they think that's what media's supposed to be. No, media's supposed to try and tell a good story, or do something interesting. It works with some things. A lot of narrative storylines, though, they're just trying to tell the narrative. And narratives don't work by you being like, well, here's A, and then here's B, and here's C, and here's X. Things should probably make sense, unless there's a reason narratively why they don't. That's not bad writing. That's just what writing was like before shock value took precedence over valuable storytelling. Though I am glad to see popular media steering away from using shock value solely for the purposes of shock value. because that's completely why I lost interest in the MCU and Walking Dead. I used to love them both, but you can't sacrifice everything just to be surprising. And that's just about the effects on media consumption, about how people take in this media. What about the attitudes left in fandom spaces about spoilers? Because some folks are a bit intense. Oh wow, did you see Mojo got cast as Bebo? Well, I didn't even know Bebo was going to be in the movie, so thanks for that. Oh, that's cool. Did you see the new poster for the movie? Great. Now I know there's going to be people in there. Oh my gosh, EB and Gleeby posted new promo pics for their tour, and the sibling EB pic is my new favorite thing. I didn't know that sibling EB was going to be in the Bad Choices tour. The reveal is completely ruined for me. Have you heard the summary for this new... No, do not tell me anything that happens. Genuinely, how do y'all find new media that you want to check out? How do you know what might be interesting? I know some of y'all may have been watching EB and Gleeby for 15 years and you've got a pretty solid idea that you're going to enjoy the tour. But they still have to try and attract new fans. And how do you find new things you might enjoy? Is it solely word of mouth and it just can only be somebody going, you'll like it, trust, and nothing further? Because, like, I personally need a little more than that, maybe an idea of what the thing is. And how do you determine when and how spoilers work outside of that initial release window? The internet is forever, media is forever. How long do you have to keep spoilers spoilery in case new people find this thing? People still tag spoilers on, like, old books. Spoilers for Hadestown. You mean Orpheus and Eurydice? You mean the story from ancient Greece? Spoilers for Epic the Musical. The Odyssey? Spoilers for Percy Jackson. Girl, that book has been out for 20 years. Sometimes you've just got to be in charge of keeping spoilers away from yourself if that's something you value. You got to take the helm, charge your own course. You got to be on it for yourself. You can't expect everyone else to stop talking about media because you haven't consumed all of it yet. Now, this one's mostly joking, but people do joke about getting media spoiled for them because they go to read fan fiction before they finish the media and stumble upon whatever this fandom's form of no beta, we die like blank is. Why are you on AO3 before you're caught up? You're gonna get things spoiled for you. Why are you in the Tumblr tag for media that you're not caught up on? People are going to talk about the current media. I can't believe they spoiled who Nico D'Angelo is. Why are people keeping track of the casting lists for a show when they don't know where it's going? These names mean nothing to them. What does this mean to them if they haven't read the books? And I can't believe it's spoiling Nico. Read the books. Nico and Bianca's parents get revealed in what, book 3? What book are we on now? Past 3. I understand if there are posts or communities specifically about the show. Don't go in there spoiling things, obviously. When people were talking on TikTok or in their own little specific sub-communities, trying to figure out who they thought the traitor was, who was going to betray Percy in Season 1, obviously don't go in there and tell them who it is. They've created their own space away from the books. But you can't come into the main tag and be upset that people are talking about whatever's going on in the current books. Sometimes you are responsible for your own social media consumption. I personally think if spoilers are a big deal to you, if they are really important to you, you should just avoid social media, fanfiction, anything else to do with the media until you're caught up on it. Utilize whatever options social media sites have for muting tags or for, blocking words so that you don't get things spoiled. But also, if you're just scrolling through TikTok and this movie's been out for a minute, you are accepting spoilers into your life. And also, we need to maybe lighten up on what we're classifying as spoilers, because no, the title or casting list or specific promotional stills are not spoiling. Back in my day, we used to get promotional stills for every single episode of shows as they were coming out, and now you can't have sibling Eevee as your phone screen background without being afraid that somebody's gonna come and say you're spoiling the Eevee and Gleeby tour. I don't have a nice little conclusion to this. I just kind of wanted to rant about things I'd seen on social media recently. I understand that spoilers can be kind of annoying, and it's rude to just spoil things for no reason. Obviously, don't walk out of the theater being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that Vader's Luke's dad. But you've also got to accept that people want to talk about media they like. And if this movie's been in theaters for over a month, you had over a month to watch it. If these are promotional stills, they're promoting the media to people who don't know what it is. They have to release the title and description and interesting bits from shows or movies or books or whatever to entice new consumers. You gotta get something to know whether or not you're gonna like something. It's like, I don't think the 11 views I'm gonna get on this are gonna like drastically change how social media approaches the concept of spoilers. But could we maybe all just like chill out a little bit? Let's ease up, chillax a little bit, and maybe that minor spoiler that would have had you freaking out and auto-blocking before might lead you to finding your new favorite media. I will continue vibing on social media, not being paranoid that my speaking about something I like might accidentally spoil the 0.25 second cameo of an old actor in the newest movie for someone who might one day think about consuming this movie 2 years after it's come out. Maybe everyone will just calm down. Probably not, but we can hope, right? But for now, spoiler alert, this is it. Ciao!